Hi Capricorn, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your August 1st and 10th, 2018 reading for you. Now I've shuffled and meditated upon the cards, and we're going to see what these 10 days hold for you, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant. And if you would like to book a private reading with me, all that information, wow, what a powerful line, will be in the description box below. All right, Capricorn, give me a moment to take it all in. Make sure you can see everything correctly. Awesome. Okay. And I know the first place that your guys' eyes are going to go is to this Tower card. And I want to tell you, do not fear the change that is coming. You're actually planning for it, and it's something you really, really want. It's going to be rather karmic, okay, even here. It's going to be rather karmic. It's going to be something that really kind of sets your soul free and has you have a greater understanding of what you want, where you're going, and who you are. And actually, you know, this line right here, you know how I usually turn the cards, move them around just a little bit to make the story just a little bit clearer? This line right here is amazing and will not be touched because, all right, well, let's just start. It actually might be moved here. Okay, let's just start here, because the Tower card is what I'm seeing the most of, and I know I usually start, you know, work up and down from left to right, but we're starting with the Tower card. We're changing things up a bit, and this is saying that you are having a change come into your life, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant, and it is kind of rocking your world, and not in a negative way. It doesn't have to be in a negative way. It's kind of as if you're going through this change, and you're going through this awakening of self, which for some of you, it's going to be painful. All right, for others of you, it's not going to be painful. It's going to be freeing. But when I say painful, I mean it's just a breaking away of old ideas, old ways of looking at things, things that were holding you back. Because the Tower for me is a karmic lesson. Things that were holding you back, maybe not even from this existence. If you believe in past lives, it is from your past life. If you believe in past sins, it is from past sins. Whatever it is, it's what happened before. And it might not be something you have any control over. The way that you are looking at things, the doubts, the fears that you have. Or it could have been programmed in you when you were really little. And you didn't have the ability to sit there and say, you know what, you're wrong. You're absolutely positively wrong. I am not worth nothing. I am worth everything. I have the divine inside me. I have the universe inside me. I am made of stardust. I will live forever, in one form or another. When you didn't have that understanding, and you were made to feel less than, now it's breaking free. It's tumbling down those walls, kind of like Jericho. It's all just coming tumbling down, and your emotions might be raging. You might sit there and say, how am I going to move forward? How am I going to do this? How am I going to succeed? How am I going to proceed with understanding, with beauty, with prosperity in my life, with a place of joy and happiness? If I have everything falling down around me, even if it's just a feeling as if you can't focus on the positive things in your life, you can't focus on the beauty and the abundance, because within your mind, you're going through this transformation of self. You're going through this feeling of just being reborn. Embrace it. If you get nothing else out of these 10 days than feeling like a better, more prosperous, stronger you, then you have achieved so much, more than people ever achieve. People will sit there and say, oh yeah, you know, I just had this beautiful moment and everything made sense and everything fell into alignment. Now I'm moving forward in just complete awesomeness, right? I get it all. And then you're looking at them a week later and they are back to being the same person that they were before. You're not going to be back to seeing things the same way. You're not going to have the limitations that were once on you, however they were, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant, because for every single one of you, it's going to be different, because this is a general reading. But you're breaking those ties, you're breaking those chains, you're breaking those doubts, you're breaking those fears. Things are tumbling down to be rebuilt stronger and better than ever before. And by having the power of self and the power and the faith of self to have these vulnerable moments, to embrace this pain, to embrace this form of, I don't know why I'm being told to say misgivings, to embrace the apprehension that you may have as you see this card and say, no, 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 I don't want any bad things. I just want all good things. And I get that completely. I just want all good things too when I listen to readings. I just want things to say that it's going to work out beautifully and I'm going to be happy forever. You are going to be happy. Forever is up to you, right? But you are having doubts and fears and limitations that have been put up for you. They are falling down. They are falling down and they are falling away. And you are actually being reborn, in a sense, or embracing this aspect of you that you may never have even realized that you had. This Empress aspect. So this loving, healing, generous aspect. Atypical feminine energy, because it is a stereotype here that we are talking about, but we're only talking about energy. So even though it's an Empress, it doesn't mean that we're only talking about females. We're talking about feminine energy. Loving, caring, compassionate, healing, atypical, stereotypical understanding of feminine. But we're also talking about strong and powerful. About being able to be exactly what you want to be. And strong and power, I just got... Okay, I'll share. Boudica. I believe I'm saying that right. The queen of... A queen in Britain. When the Romans came. And they thought she was worth nothing because she was a woman and her husband died. And how could she possibly be, you know, somebody to be trifled with? So how could you possibly even talk to her, right? Because that's what the ancient Romans thought. And she wound up leading a revolt against them after being humiliated and her family just being ripped apart. Absolutely despicable things happening to them. She was flogged, her daughters were raped. I mean, really, seriously, they humiliated her and said that she was worth nothing and made sure that she knew that she was absolutely powerless. And she didn't let that stop her. She led a revolt against them, and she caused them more havoc and more grief than any man had before. I might be exaggerating a little bit. No, I don't think so, actually. So what this is saying here is that even though you are a love, and my point is, even though you are a loving healing force, even though you are compassionate and strong and brilliant, you are still fierce. You can still be the fiercest opponent anybody has ever met, because you are going to stand up for what matters most to you. And that is what is nearest and dearest to you. Taking in the messages that you are being given. You're being divinely guided. Having your shield. You know how to defend yourself. You're twice royal. With the torque around your neck and the crown on your head. You know your worth. Moving forward. In prosperity of self. Prosperity of understanding. Bounty, beauty. Connecting with nature is going to be really important. It's going to recharge your battery, especially after going through an experience like the tower. You need to recharge yourself. You need to sit in the sun, become a little bit, what is it? I always think after sitting in the sun, you feel like those massage stones that you can heat up and put on you, or those little packs that you can heat up in the microwave and put on you, and they just keep you nice and warm. So just recharging yourself that way, and it stays with you throughout the whole entire day. So sitting in the sun for 15 minutes, connecting with nature, gardening, taking walks, doing whatever it is that makes you happy. All right, now we're going to go the traditional way, up and down. The Hierophant. Finding out, and this is going to be after this experience, after this rebirth of self, this understanding, this blockage being torn away of the tower. Finding out that you are better than you think you are. You are now going to start to give yourself credit where credit is due. Whereas before Capricorn, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant, you might have said, oh no, you know, I'm not good at this, I'm not good at that. No, now you are. And you're seeing it too. You're seeing here, a bard, the power of your words is going to be very important. Especially in these 10 days, you're going to find that your words hold weight. So be mindful of what you say. But you're also going to find that you are moving on the path that is right for you. You are embracing your talents and your skills, your memories, your stories. Whatever it is that makes up you, that you find that holds the dearest truth, is what you're supposed to be following. Traditional path, so Not reinventing the wheel. I'm not saying to, go off and have to invent something completely and utterly new. Not to create, but not to sit there and say, I can't do it the way anybody ever has before. Because that's a lot of pressure. Taking an idea that is true to you, taking a talent that you have, and living it to the best of your ability will lead you to be successful. Now, I'm not saying you're going to be movie star, A-list, successful. What I'm saying is that you are going to be as successful as you can be. And that success is going to resonate with your soul and bring you happiness. Pay attention to your words. Know that in the Rider-Waite, the Hierophant is a pope with supplicants at his feet. This is a bard. Both images have powers over kings. The bard with his words, with his stories, with the fact that he held the history of a people within his mind. The pope because he was chosen by God to be the voice of God, right? So here, know that you can rise above kings. And it doesn't mean that you are going to become, a supreme high ruler or anything like that. What it means is you are going to know your own worth and not doubt it. All the time, is that going to be the case? Maybe not. Everybody has moments of doubt. That only seems logical. But you, at the end of the day, when you look at yourself, you are going to know your worth. And you're not going to sit there and find yourself wanting. You're going to be proud as you move forward, mindfully and courageously creating the world that you want to live in. Now, I say mindfully because your mind is on fire. Capricorn, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant, you know your thoughts. You're kind of all ready to race in there as you get these ideas, and your mind is going to be working a mile a minute. Step back. Everything doesn't have to be done instantly. It doesn't even have to be done within these 10 days in order for you to see the results that you want to see. Take in everything, ruminate on everything, and then move forward. This is also you being your own white knight. Okay? Coming in at the exact right moment to set things straight, to stop the nonsense, to be your own hero. Okay? And because you are embracing that, because you are embracing who you are, because you have your armor on, but it's not slowing you down at all. You're cutting through nonsense. You are just charging forward. Know that you have to trust your intuition. You have to trust your gut because for some reason, you're seeing things just so much more clearly than you have before. It's making so much more sense and you are on point. But do not act as quickly as you are coming to these realizations because things have to be set up. Okay? Things have to be set up. You have to make sure that you're not being hasty, that what you want right in the moment when it's all so clear is the same thing you want later on down the road because you are preparing and moving forward in this prosperity, in this mental clarity, not only for today, but for tomorrow and the days, the weeks, the months, the years to come. You're looking at the big picture. You're not about the microscopic. You're about the whole existence, your whole existence. You want to make sure you're on the right path. You want to make sure you're heading towards your passion, your creativity, your joys, your happiness. Not only in the moment, because you know the moment is going to lead to another moment, which could be completely different. So you're setting things up. Follow your instincts. You're not going to steer yourself wrong as long as you don't act hasty. If you act recklessly, then you can find out that you get yourself kind of in a sticky wicket. So passionately, creatively, moving forward, in the here and now, focusing on what you want on this earthly plane. That's going to bring you so much joy, so much happiness. Letting go of your fears. Letting go of the fact. This card right now is saying to me to tell you that do not care you shouldn't care what other people are thinking. Don't care what other people think. What would they say? What would they say if you let go of your fears and you started to follow your courage and your wisdom of self, seeing your luck, calming your emotions, and moving forward? What would they say? What does it matter? I mean, I know it matters. We want people to like us. We want people to agree with us. We want people to be kind to us. It's not always the case, and that's unfortunate. But you know what? You're putting in the effort. You're putting in the work. You are showing up to your life. You are going through changes. You are embracing the change of yourself. You are becoming stronger and better than ever before, following the traditional path of your soul, meaning what you have wanted to do for so long but might have held yourself back from. You are showing up and you are moving forward. Your mind is moving so quickly and you are holding back to make sure that it all works out. It all falls into alignment with what you want. Okay, you are showing up to your life and being brave. So why does everybody else get to criticize you? Why does what people say, who are most likely not showing up to their lives, not showing up to their prosperity, not embracing their joy, not embracing change, get to tell you how to live your life? What gives them the right? You are embracing your courage. You are embracing your wisdom. You are letting go of fear. And you also have this beautiful feminine energy around you. And I know I talk about this. And this is just saying the kinder, gentler spirit of life. Every single religion has it. Has this female aspect. That it's kind and loving and caring and nurturing, and it kind of holds you in their hands and says, you can do it. Embrace that. Embrace that kindness to yourself. Don't say negative, hurtful things to yourself, because most likely, and it should be true, you wouldn't say them to other people. You wouldn't sit there and tell other people how, inadequate they are, or stupid they are, or anything like that. So don't think it about yourself. And I know, easier said than done. We always berate ourselves when something bad goes on, but don't. Know that you are loved. Know that you are talented. Know that you are changing your life for the better. Know that you are brilliant. And know that you are smart enough to not think that, everything is going to be the same as today. It's not Groundhog's Day. You're planning for the future. The Four of Cups is your clarifying card. Taking time to rest. You'll need time to rest, especially after the Tower. Taking time to rest. Taking time to come into center with yourself. When you open your eyes, you'll see your blessings. Make sure you're looking in other places for your blessings too. In unlikely places. Because they'll be there. And the Seven of Swords. It's time to move on. It's time to take your knowledge and your understanding and move forward doing what it is that you want to do. The angels are blessing you. You know your mind. Your mind, again, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant, is brilliant. Don't doubt yourself. Make sure you're planning. Make sure you're not doing anything reckless or foolish. And move forward in confidence and competence of self. Take time to rest and heal. But know that you are moving forward to the next stage of your journey. With absolute prosperity of self. Absolutely knowing your mind. Don't doubt yourself. Don't sit there and say, oh my gosh, I couldn't possibly. No, you're moving forward. And it is amazing. Okay, give me a moment here. That's right. Okay, so again, a change that is making you magnificent. In some way, enhancing yourself. Absolutely bringing clarity of mind, moving forward boldly and bravely, embracing yourself, embracing your thoughts. This change is going to make things so much clearer. Whatever it is, whatever karmic debt you are paying off here is cleansing your soul and moving you forward. Is cleansing your heart and moving you forward. You might be holding a negative experience from years ago. It doesn't have to be years ago, but it could be from when you were little. It could be from, just a few months ago, but something that is holding you back. And it's now going to crumble away. You're doing the work, you're putting in the time, you're putting in the effort. And you're finding that you are moving forward spiritually in understanding and prosperity. And it's going to make you better than ever before. Into an Empress. To kind, compassionate, healing, prosperous, bold as heck, strong, unyielding to your own success. Knowing your mind, moving forward in bravery and in courage, in purity of intention, being your own little superhero. And then sitting there and knowing your mind, but waiting to act Because sometimes we're like, oh yes, that's exactly what I need to do. I need to do it right now. You don't need to do it right at this very moment. Well, some of you might need to, but it's better to know what you want and then take the time and then move forward. With still that same ferocity, that same assurity of self, but also with planning and understanding behind it. With the Hierophant behind it, logically, prosperously, absolutely and completely confident in what you're doing. Remember, a Hierophant, higher than the Empress, higher than an Emperor. Knowing your understanding, knowing your spiritual abundance, knowing your purpose. And you might say, Dana, I don't know my purpose. That's why you're going to take time to focus on yourself. Because as you're focusing on yourself, as you're connecting with nature, as you're expanding your spirit, you're going to open your eyes and see blessings. It doesn't have to be huge blessings. It could be little things that are moving you forward, that are gaining you this understanding. And then you're going to start seeing blessings in unexpected places as you plan for your todays and your tomorrows and your future with passion and creativity, with understanding, with ferocity of spirit. Okay? Remember this ferocity of spirit as you move forward in wisdom. Now, you might be afraid. You might be sitting there and seeing the shadows and making them into monsters. But you are protected as you move forward. Have faith in yourself, feel the fear, and do it anyway. Know that your luck is right there. Embracing your spirit, embracing your understanding, embracing what you want. Embrace this feminine energy that is protecting you and cocooning you and healing you. Whether you believe in it or not. And then taking your hard-earned knowledge, your hard-earned understanding, knowing the angels are blessing you and moving forward into your future with absolute prosperity of self. All right, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant, I hope this reading resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. Bye.